Today, we're jumping into a classic story that asks a really powerful question. Can the name you're born with actually determine your entire life?
You know, it's a question people have been asking for centuries, right? Do our origins define our destiny? Well, this particular story has a fascinating and honestly a pretty surprising take on that very idea.
So our story kicks off at this super lavish children's party. It's being thrown by a wealthy merchant. But here's the thing about the guest list. It's very exclusive. It's reserved only for the children of the city's rich and great people.
But this party isn't really about the cake and games. If you listen closely to what these kids are saying to each other, you get this surprisingly clear window into the social hierarchy of their world, all the unspoken rules they've already learned.
And this is where the real drama starts to unfold. 3 of the children get into this little boasting match, and their conversation reveals a fascinating clash of ideas about what truly makes a person important.
First up, we have the daughter of a high court official, and she makes this incredibly bold claim. For her, success isn't something you earn, it's something you inherit. If you're not well born, well, you can just forget about achieving anything worthwhile. And she gets even more specific, zeroing in on a common name ending. To her, a simple suffix like sen is an undeniable mark of inferiority. It's like this brand you can never, ever escape. Well, the merchant's daughter, whose name, by the way, is Peterson, she's not having any of that. She fires right back with a totally different way to measure a person's worth: money. For her, what truly matters is her father's wealth.
And then, a third kid jumps in, arguing for a completely different kind of power: influence. Her dad controls the newspaper, he shapes public opinion, and in her eyes, that is the ultimate form of power.
Now here's what makes this scene so powerful. This entire conversation is being overheard. There's someone else listening in from the shadows, and for him, these words are not just some abstract debate.
It's a poor boy, working away in the kitchen. He's been given permission to peek at the party through a crack in the door. Think about that. He's not even considered worthy enough to enter the room. And from there, he hears every single word.
So for this boy, this isn't just prattle. No, this feels like a judgment, a final sentence delivered by his supposed betters, and it confirms his deepest, darkest fear that because his name ends in sen, he can truly never amount to anything. And on that heartbreaking thought, the scene just fades. But the story is far from over. Many, many years pass, and all those children grow up. So decades have gone by. And now a magnificent new house stands in the town. It's filled with so many priceless treasures that people travel from all over just to get a glimpse inside. It's the talk of the country. So here's the big question. Who owns it? Which one of those childhood philosophies won out in the end? Was it the one with the noble birth, the one with the huge pile of money, or the one with the powerful influence?
The answer? None of them. The house belonged to a man named Thorwaldsen.
And here it is, the story's incredible twist. Thorwaldsen was the poor boy from the kitchen, the very same boy who was told that night that he could never be anything at all.
So what does this stunning turn of events tell us about all that chatter from so many years ago? What's the real message here about names and worth and destiny?
I mean, the story couldn't make the contrast any clearer. On one side, you have this childish, inherited prejudice, and on the other, you have the undeniable reality of what one man actually achieved.
And what about the other 3? Oh, they grew into respected members of society, of course. Their privilege was like a shield, it insulated them. And their cruel words from that night, conveniently forgotten, just dismissed as nothing more than meaningless children's prattle. And this leaves us with a really big question to chew on. The story exposes the foolishness of one specific prejudice, but it forces us to ask ourselves, what children's prattle do we still accept as truth today? And more importantly, who is it holding back?